What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Doug Monos. I sat down with Jai from the podcast Chinwags with Psychedelic Dads last week to discuss gun rights in Australia. I'm going to show you a quick clip, which is actually me trying to explain why the current calls to defund the police, in my opinion, don't lead to a utopian, peaceful society. They will lead to more violence in the short term, more crime, and then ultimately a totalitarian nightmare. I'll link to Jai's podcast in the description below. Go and check them out for the full conversation. Otherwise, enjoy the clip. Cheers. So I am no fan of the police.
No, me either. I think they have way too much power.
Yeah, but I think so I'm pretty hardcore libertarian to the point of almost being an anarchist.
Yeah.
But that only works if people take responsibility for themselves,
right thing. Right? Yeah, for sure.
And not everyone has to do the right thing, but people have to take responsibility for their own safety. If someone's going to do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Right. So with the Black Lives Matter protests and everything, the riots that are going on in the States now, and they want to defund the police.
Yeah.
Right? I find it very interesting that a lot of the people pushing for this are the same people that have been pushing for gun control for years, because you don't need a gun because you can just call the police.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like little flow chart that I've put together of just a timeline of history, as I see it. I did this in about 5 minutes, so it's not, not perfect, and anyone can correct me on it. But basically, we started out at a point where everyone's responsible for their own safety.
Yeah.
And the rich and well-to-do people, they have access. Maybe they can hire security guards, or back in medieval Europe or whatever, the nobility.
Yep.
They're going to have army at nights or whatever, keeping them safe. Then the police were invented, so to give everyone a better average level of security.
Yep.
And we tax everyone to pay for them, and then everyone gets a little bit better level of security with less personal responsibility.
Yep.
For their own safety, right? And then, with relatively good protection by the police, people begin to take less and less responsibility for their own safety, and place less value on being able to protect themselves, because there's less and less chance of them having to, and they've got the police there. So then slowly, as people see less and less and less need to defend themselves, gun control laws are passed, restricting people's ability to defend themselves. Then less and less law-abiding citizens have guns. So criminals get the upper hand. They know they've got the upper hand. Then police need to expand their powers to keep up.
Yep.
Right, they need to expand their powers, their weaponry. You see the militarisation of police, because we've got to keep up. People can't defend themselves anymore because we've got all this gun control, and the criminals can still get guns somehow. Fucking no one ever bothers to touch on that. So the police need more power, and we've got to put more power in the state, charge more taxes, all the rest of it. Now, people living in safe suburbs push for more and more gun control because they never feel threatened. They never feel the need to defend themselves.
Yep.
And politicians oblige, because they'll always go along with anything that'll give the government more power. And then you end up with the government having a monopoly on the use of force. The police, where are we? Can't even read my own writing. The police, right, so the police can't get to every crime in time to stop it.
No, fuck
This is what we're just talking about. So they can't get to every crime in time to stop it. So they always asking for more resources, more taxes to expand their powers, expand their numbers. So they, because whenever there's any crime that happens, the police are the only answer. So we've taken away people's right to defend themselves, so we need to keep expanding the police. Then the police make some mistakes. They make some fuck-ups and kill some people that they shouldn't. Then people who've been saying that we need to give away our guns, because you can just call the police, now come out and march and say we need to defund the police.
Yeah.
Because the police are racist, or the police have got too much power. So, this is where we are now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty well with you on that. So I think as far as the funding of police go, so we're a lot better than the States with who we hire as a police person, officer, or whatever. I still don't think it's enough though. Like I know I used to work with a guy. His wife was a cop. She was trained with one of those fucking things, carry an AR-15 and all this sort of shit. And the question that he used to ask his wife is, why do you need a gun like that against a fucking unarmed fucking population? And it used to fucking, he reckons it used to start a fight all the fucking time, because she's like proper cop. But it's a good fucking question. But
I'll finish my flowchart. Right. So that's where we are now. That's where America are now. Right. So then, right, the wealthy and politician class, they'll go along with it, right? Because they can afford private security.
Yep.
So they'll go along. The politicians will do whatever they'll say whatever they need to do, whatever they think's popular.
Yeah.
And in some of these cities, right, where they've, like in Minneapolis, they've now, I think they fucking just voted to completely disband the police department.
Yeah, it's been
in Minneapolis.
It's been abolished.
Right.
Yep.
All the politicians have got $4,000 a day private security.
Yeah.
Right. So of course that they don't give a fuck.
I'd be a private security guard right now.
And then all the wealthy people, they don't care. They'll go along with it.
Yeah.
Because if they agree with that, then it keeps the mob away from them. And they can also just hire private security. But then, people eventually will demand the same level of security that the rich people have.
Bring the police
and
back in.
And then we want to have private security. It's like healthcare in America. We want to have private security for all. And then we reinvent the police.
Yep.
So politicians come in to solve this problem and basically reinvent the police under private security for all, except this time they've got to have so much power that there can never be any crime. And like, that's where I see the end goal of all of this. They're tearing everything down so that then eventually you centralise the power in the government, like to such an extent that no one can ever fight back against it. And you see it there, taking away gun rights.
Yeah, we're trying to.
You see heaps and heaps of stories of the mob like attacking people, trying to bait them into using guns to defend themselves, so that they can point to that and use it as a reason to take away people's gun rights. And then once they take away the Second Amendment in America, then they go, fuck, now we need this all-powerful police force to keep everybody safe. And then you end up in communist China.
Yeah.
That's the end of my short story.
That's a pretty good presentation. I like it. I really do.
And that's that. Thanks for watching till the end. Definitely go and check out Jai's work on his podcast, Chinwags with Psychedelic Dads. The link's in the description. If you enjoyed this video, like the channel, subscribe, get the notification bell on. And thanks for watching till the end. And until next time, stay safe. Cheers.